I will never get used to this, it opening like this, because it's really terrifying. It's not the most terrifying thing that we'll see in this game, though. Ooh, spoilers. Side story things are really interesting to me. That's mainly why I'm playing this game again, is the side story stuff. We'll get to that. I don't know if I want to dedicate a whole new episode to that, or I don't know if I want to do it before we get to a certain point, but we'll see as we go. Greetings, everyone. My name is Lancer. We're back here again at Doki Doki Literature Club. Once again, we're just going to jump right into it. We're doing our second round of poems this time. And I think this time, since we kind of leaned more towards Natsuki with this poem, I think we'll start with old Nats. Natsuki reads my poem. She keeps glancing at me, then back at the poem. By now, she must have read it more than once.
Aren't you supposed to be bad at this?
Is that a compliment?
No. I mean, you know.
Natsuki struggles to find the word she wants.
I just expected a lot less after what you showed me yesterday. That's all.
Well, I guess I got lucky with this one.
Yeah, exactly. I wish you'd get lucky with me. You just got lucky, yeah. Don't get used to it. Don't you always manage to write poems this cute, I mean, well written. No, I mean...
so that's how it is. My poem is cute, huh?
No, why are you smiling? It's not like I like cute things.
Natsuki shoves my poem back towards me.
Reading it again, I decided that it's not so great after all. It's not so cute and Doki Doki. It would only impress, you know, girls who like those sort of things. I am above all women.
For some reason, Natsuki is incredibly easy to see through.
Well, anyway, you're gonna read mine now, right? Judging by our taste, or your taste. Shut up. You probably like it a lot. You probably learned something too. Don't forget who the real pro is. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. So that's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably likes talking about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. And the world is better off without spider lovers. I'm gonna tell everyone.
Good poem. Good poem.
Not bad, right?
It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's.
Yeah, yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. Hope you didn't think that that was the best I could do.
No, of course not.
Anyways, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I'd have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. It helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk.
Do you know people like that?
Of course. It's about how everyone thinks That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid of if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes? As long as they're not hurting anyone, it makes them happy. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things.
Well, you're definitely right about that. At least I can relate to that. I'm sure a lot of other people can too.
It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow, too. So look forward to it.
I will. Monika, my sweet baby boy, girl. Yikes.
Hi again, Lancer. How's the writing going?
Alright, I guess.
I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece.
I wouldn't count on that.
You never know. I want to share what you wrote for today?
Sure, here you go. I'll give my poem to Monika.
Alright. It's pretty good.
Makes me think of Sayori, like the other one that you wrote. You two are kind of like a dynamic duo. Dynamic dumbass. That's kind of exaggerating it.
Yeah, probably.
But you do spend a lot of time with her in this club, don't you?
Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy.
I'm not shy, it's just...
I'm just teasing. Piece of shit. I know it takes a lot of time to make friends with everyone. But Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them a share of time.
Oh, you don't have to ask me. I will drop Sayori like a hat. And you can talk to me every now and then. Monika, I absolutely would, but... I can't.
I'm not, like, unapproachable or anything, am I?
Oh, no, honey. Absolutely not. I would approach you on the street any day. Ah, no, it's nothing like that. I'm just still getting used to being here, that's all.
Yeah. I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that.
So, no, don't worry. I get what you're saying.
Well, alright. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too.
Alright, let's take a look.
Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me.
It's begun. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh?
I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never seen really before, I guess.
I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. Almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise.
I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though.
Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with a reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Oh no.
Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay. It's begun. It's begun. I'm not ready. It's begun. That one is the first real peer behind the curtain of like, everything is not as it seems. Let's go with Yuri next.
It's my turn. Let's see how it compares to yesterday's. I see. It's a bit different. I respect you for trying different things, Lancer. Were you inspired by Natsuki's poem?
Maybe.
Or Sayori's, perhaps?
Well, I guess you could say that.
I thought so. I'm happy for you.
You don't... Oh, shit, I missed that one.
I write them for myself, not for anyone else. So I don't really need for people to like them or anything.
Yuri. Sorry for being blunt, but you're overthinking this a little. Way to be blunt, my boy. Always call them out when they overthink things. Just because our styles are different doesn't mean I dislike your poems. In fact, if I tried to do something in your style, I would probably just do a terrible job.
I see. I'm sorry. My stupid mind. It likes to do that sometimes. Anyway, you don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Oh, metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings, and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise.
I see. That's certainly an interesting technique. Thanks for sharing.
I have, an example of that, if you'd like to read it.
Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly handed me her poem.
The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, The first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was a symptom, the bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phases and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited, or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry, and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me his excitement, a rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and feed myself again. Keep this poem in your mind as we progress. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem's about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Huh, that's funny. Huh? Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? About being ridiculed for something strange? She did. Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter when you're into what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. Does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I'd probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now. But I'm glad that you're such a good listener. I'm good at having words thrown at me, I guess you could say. Who should I show my poem to next? Well, say yo-yo-yo-yo's on the left, so... Letzer. I really love your poems. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. Yeah, I'm not hiding anything. But your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so... Eh? No way! Not even Natsuki? Well, I guess Natsuki is the least likely to admit how much he likes something. But I don't think that it's that. What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. Hoo-hoo. Eh? Stop thinking weird things, baka. I just mean that you're really an expressive person, I guess. I mean, just look at you. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? But you somehow make everything in your life an adventure. Like yesterday. Even the little things. Like cooking? Let's not talk about that. So yeah. I guess what I'm saying is that I could feel more feelings through you than I can through myself. That's interesting. We have that kind of weird connection. We're vibing, yo. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time. Eh? I don't know if I understand. You never understand when I try to explain things to you, do you, Sayori? I pat Sayori's head. There it is. That's what I like to see. Hey, I'm not a kid, you know. Could have fooled me. You sure about that? Are you sure about that? Baby. Sayori starts fiddling with her pencil between her hands. Hey, Letzer. Will you give me your poem? I kind of want to keep it. Why? Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Sayori, you completely misunderstood. I didn't write it for you at all. I didn't write this for you. Are you even listening anymore?
Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home.
Really?
Snap.
I broke my pencil.
What the hell? Sayori hastily bends down to pick up the piece she dropped. But being inattentive of her surroundings, she bumps right into me.
Sorry.
It's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down and pick up the broken pencil. Our eyes meet. Sayori clutches the desk beside her to support herself. Knees shaking, knees weak. Mom spaghetti, vomit on her sweater already. Mom spaghetti. I'm a little clumsy today. Let's sit down, Sayori.
Yeah.
I'm glad I saved her for last. I grab Sayori's arm and help her sit at her desk. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem.
Oh! Sorry, I forgot about that. But it's not as good as yours.
Geez, don't worry. I'm sure I'll like it.
Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like bundles of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in a bottle, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle is starlit light to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. I feel my empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done. I open up and come in my friends. And in come my friends. In they come, in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from my shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. I gotta clean that up. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in a shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 inside my head. Keep track of these poems. They're deeper than they may seem. Holy crap.
Sayori, did you really write this?
Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever?
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you, resident dumbass.
Monika taught me a whole lot.
And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. Have you? I see that. It's almost kind of creepy.
Creepy?
Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. Now you're overthinking. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it.
Thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little better. Writing is like magic.
You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up.
Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die.
Don't get ahead of yourself. So they always had a habit of getting obsessed with something, that also works, before dropping it more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Be optimistic. The glass is half full.
Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned for today, so if everyone can come sit at the front of the room.
Is this about the festival?
Well, sort of.
Ugh. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we could put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members.
That's a certain concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event.
Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event.
Sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing.
Performing?
Monika? Yeah, we're going to have a poetry performance.
See, this is when you're normally supposed to find out about this, but you find out about it sooner in the Sayori route.
Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare against ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see.
Are you kidding me, Monika? You didn't. You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you?
Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea?
Well, no. Not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that.
I agree with Natsuki, for once. I could never, in my life, do something like that.
Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear.
Guys?
No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask of them to recite their poems out loud in front of a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club.
Don't talk to me about fate.
If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then we will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is about.
Yeah. It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons,
Glory lies beyond the horizon.
and having fun.
That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do.
As you're staring me dead in the eyes.
I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it.
Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monika have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we could do is help them out a little bit.
Well, maybe, but...
Looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left.
Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get over with it. Over with. All right.
Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri?
Yuri dejectedly glances around everyone else's expectant faces.
I guess I don't have a choice, do I?
So that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri.
This club is seriously going to be the death of me.
Nah.
Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other.
No way.
Monika, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poems in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable.
Can I go next?
Of course. Now, let's see. Monika flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem.
Mana begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monika. Well, yeah, that's just proper etiquette. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monika finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monika takes a breath and smiles.
That was so good, Monika.
Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next.
Yuri's fired up all of a sudden.
Yuri clutches a sheet of paper in her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium.
This poem is called...
Yuri anxiously glances at each of us.
You can do it, Yuri!
It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye.
Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happened when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. Love that. Love a woman who can kick my ass. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire that Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back to reality. Oops, there goes gravity. Mom's spaghetti starts spilling out of her pockets. Everyone flips onto the roof and glances around her, as if she's bewildered, even with herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Atta girl, Yuru. Everyone joins after me. Then we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. We recognize good women. It's not that we didn't want to applaud her, but we were so off guard with what that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat.
Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing.
Looks like Yuri's down for the count.
Okay, I guess I'm next then.
Yuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium.
This one's called My Meadow.
Sorry, I giggled. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought.
How'd you guys do it so easily?
Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine like you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror, or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way.
I see. Okay then.
Sayori begins her poem. Somehow, it feels like her soft voice has made a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's sincere and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Reach deep, my boy. Sayori finishes, and we applaud. That's my Sayori!
I did it!
Good job, Sayori. That's my girl.
Even Lancer liked it. I guess that's a good sign.
What does that even mean? It means you're easily entertained, my boy.
It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite well with that kind of delivery.
I don't really understand.
In other words, I've seen poems of yours that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading.
Oh, I know what you mean, I think. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone.
Then next time, I'm gonna make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know.
Okay.
Now, who's next? Natsuki?
Don't make me go before Lancer. That's not like I could compare to you guys anyway. Might as well the Lancer lowers everyone at standards before I have to do it.
Jesus. I love tsunderes.
Natsuki.
It's fine. I will step up. I might as well get it over with. That is just like me, except I would have gone like second or something, but, you know. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Thank you all from standing in order from tallest to shortest, as well as biggest boob to smallest boob. That's appreciated. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Just look at their eyes, man. Actually, don't look at them at all. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applaud anyway.
Go me!
Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else.
Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki.
Yeah. I'm going.
Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the poem.
This poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me?
Because you're presenting.
Anyway, the poem's called Jump. That's what I'd like to do right now out this window.
Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she starts, she's a little unenthused. Her poem has rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. Atta girl, Nats. That's my Susu. She huffs back into her seat.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again.
Ah, well. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite the poem in front of other people?
I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I could put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing.
That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me.
Well, that's just how it is, so it is what it is.
Well, I guess, in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting.
Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead.
That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I am already pleasantly surprised that you're putting all this effort for the club.
It makes me really happy you're putting your hair in her face again. Ah, yeah, no problem.
Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write our poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day.
Why is the festival on a Monday? I figured it'd be on a Friday. Japanese.
I can't wait.
I can do this. I can do this. Alright. Yosha. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori or Monika. But I'll do my best to get through it. It's for the sake of the club and impressing Monika. Then I'll have to do my best. It's mostly for impressing Monika. Ready to go, Sayori?
Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that.
Kind of adorable, isn't it?
Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. We're not bumping yet. You're in front of her. She's not gonna like that.
It must be a little nice, though. Well.
How am I supposed to respond to that?
It's okay, Lancer. You don't have to say it.
Whatever, let's go already. Let's get the fuck out of here. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori.
Sorry, I was spacing out.
Yeah, no wonder.
I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to...
Sayori fumbles with her words.
So let's just say one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. What would you do?
What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here.
Well,
Right. Well, of course I would still walk home with you. We're not really doing a Yuri route, so... Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri?
But...
I mean, Natsuki or Monika, yes, but Yuri? No.
But she's so beautiful and smart.
Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to like going home together. I wouldn't ruin that just for you. Or I'll ruin that for you.
You're so silly, Lancer. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so...
Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes.
Sorry.
Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never gonna happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care about so much. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Who knows? Poem time? Poem time! Alright. Yeah, we're kind of going Natsuki. We're kind of doing both of them, so I think we keep on that. We're gonna keep on that bliss kind of thing. Jump, kiss, kisu, ocean, jumpy, waterfall, candy, sparkle, giggle, pink, sugar, lazy, cry, cage, beauty, fun, skirt, parfait. Okay, cool. Comment below what all of my poems are, if they mean anything. Bottle coon.
Aw, man. I'm the last one here again.
Slowpoke. Suckers.
Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again?
Yeah, both of you walked in late. Sure thing. Sure thing.
Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano? Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. I remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too.
I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be super great.
Huh? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki?
Well, yeah.
I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but the whole day of school we're gonna
Get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food.
You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Almost as if, like, she's beginning to get replaced.
Monika, do they usually have fried squid?
Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. It's Japan, of course they're gonna have squid.
Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people?
Huh? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people?
Because it's right there in your name. Monika.
Yep. If you get it, you get it.
Huh? That's not how you say my name at all. And that joke made no sense in translation. Never mind. Let's focus on our own event for now, okay?
Fine. Your reactions aren't as funny as Yuri or Sayori's anyway.
Excuse me.
Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. You're spacing out again.
Sorry. Don't mind me.
You could talk to everyone else. Oh boy. Huh? Is everything alright?
Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things.
Jeez, you worry about me too much. I'm fine, see?
Sayori shows me a big smile.
Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone else.
Oh, come on. Well, alright. If you say so. Come on, man. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else. But the conversation is already dispersed with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monika if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since if they're preparing for the festival, they might be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monika, who's shuffling through some papers at her desk.
Lancer, what's up?
Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything with Sayori recently?
Anything up with her? In what way do you mean?
Maybe I'm reading into it too much, but she seems a little downcast today.
Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her.
Monika peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. I've done that before.
Maybe there's something on her mind. I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Lancer. You certainly know a lot better than I do.
Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that's bothered her. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know that's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now.
No. It's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know. Maybe I'll try talking to her myself.
Yeah, you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone.
Are you sure? Maybe she just had a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest.
Person of interest? What do you mean by that?
I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Lancer.
Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion?
Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know. Hoo-hoo. She's been so much happier ever since you've joined the club. It's been like an extra light was turned on inside of her.
Yeah, sure, that's what's turned on. No way. Sayori is always like that. She's been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it has always been.
You're so funny, Lancer. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful? Because that's how she is when she's around you? Nah, I said too much. I'm sorry, what do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try to forget about it. Try not to think about it, okay?
Alright. Monika smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monika stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. But she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and have fun with everyone else. But that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her? And that I'm letting this weigh me down that much? I don't know, maybe you should think more about that, my boy. Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monika.
Okay, everyone.
After some time passes, Monika calls out to the club room.
Why don't we share our poems now?
Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monika, and she smiles at me. Love that. Wonder what she's talking about with Sayori. Who should I show my poem to first? Now, I know what happens in this part. So, I'm going to save Sayori for... Actually, I think I'm going to go to her first. Just because I know what happens here.
It's nice, I guess.
Come on, I can already tell you don't like it.
Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you?
Okay. See, I knew this was coming, but like after going through everything else, this feels a little more forced, but... Well, to be fair, I know why it's forced. More on that later.
Probably Natsuki.
Huh? I didn't write this for anyone specifically.
Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're really happy too, right? In this club?
Well, of course I am.
Good. That's all that matters to me. That shouldn't be all. Thank you, Letzer.
Sayori, is there something wrong?
Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today.
Alright. Just tell me if you need anything.
I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now.
If you insist.
Yay. I'm gonna go home a little early today, okay?
Sayori.
Tell Monika I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow.
Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the room humming to herself. Yes, I'm definitely gonna do that one first. Alright, let's just go down the line. Natsuki. Oh, don't do that face. It kills me. Natsuki reads my poem. She keeps glancing at me and then back at the poem. By now, she must have read it more than once. Is it that bad?
No, it's not. It's good. It's really good, okay? There, I said it. Oh, is that what was supposed to happen at all? That wasn't supposed to happen at all. Why can't you just be bad at this? My poems are supposed to impress you, not the other way around.
You're trying to impress me?
Obviously. You think I'd let you enjoy Yuri's writing more than mine? Okay. Give me a break.
Well, in that case, what's the problem with me trying to impress you?
I'll tell you,
Natsuki's face freezes like she just realized something.
You're trying to impress me?
Natsuki vigorously scans her eyes over my poem one more time. Then the poem slips out of her hands and flutters to the floor.
I have to use the bathroom.
Oh shit. She just leaves.
Hey, Lancer, did you do something to Natsuki? I just saw her rush out like that. You didn't do anything terrible, did you? No, I just told her that... My voice gets caught in my throat. I don't remember this either. There's no way I could tell Monika that I was trying to impress Natsuki. Monika sees the poem lying on the floor and swiftly picks it up. Well, I guess we're going to Monika next. She reads through it, her smile not fading from her face. I see. You wrote this for Natsuki, didn't you? I mean, not really. Just be honest, dude.
I did.
In fact, didn't she like your poem a lot the other day, too? I'm surprised you know her taste so well already. Are you sure you're not cheating, Lancer?
Cheating? What do you mean by that? This was not in the original.
Never mind, I'm just kidding.
I didn't understand that Monika's joke at all. Of course you didn't.
Anyway, how do you think Natsuki feels about you?
This is... Okay, we're really getting into some meat here.
Oh, you don't need to answer that.
It's just something for you to think about. You're freaking planting those seeds. My god, Monika.
Hey!
Natsuki comes up and snatches the poem out of Monika's hands. Neither of us had noticed her enter the room.
Did you read this, Monika?
Of course, I liked it.
You should really stop reading things that aren't for you, you know. You have a bad habit of doing that.
I'm gonna ease down on the Natsuki voice now because it's starting to hurt my throat.
But Lancer wrote this poem. And we're supposed to share with everyone, right?
Natsuki freezes. She apparently forgot that my poem is technically for everyone to read.
Okay, well, I think Lancer is done sharing this poem with everyone. It's not like anyone would want to read this anyway. In fact, I'm just going to hold on to this.
Of course you are.
If you insist.
What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Like what?
Never mind.
Ah, Natsuki. I gave you the poem, but it's not very fair to Yuri. She hasn't gotten to read it yet.
So what?
Well, I guess Lancer's right, Natsuki. It's not fair to not let everyone finish reading it.
Fine.
Natsuki returns my poem.
It's not like she's gonna like it, though. Anyway, read my poem now. And no, I won't let you keep it. This is my only copy. I'll be your beach. Your mind is so full of trouble and fears that diminish your wonder over the years. But today, I have a special place.
I haven't read this one before.
A beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight. A sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind that will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day.
Oh, excuse me, that's rude.
I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap.
In a way you thought had left you long ago.
Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand. Bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea. And let me see you shine.
Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail. Set you free in a windy sail. And remember the reasons you're wonderful. When you press your lips to mine, oh, I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. But if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. That was a great one. Natsuki's the best one in this game, changing my mind.
I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once.
Sorry, you're not meant for you.
Besides, the beach is awesome.
Kinda hard to write about anything negative about the beach. Well, some beaches are terrible. So you decided to write about the beach first, and then came up with the message later?
Yeah, well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized we kind of wrote about the same thing. She wanted to pick a topic and have both of us write about it, or whatever.
Oh, whatever.
Ugh. You can really see her doing that, too. Making us write about a simple topic, then trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical, too. But there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was a good practice.
Who should I show my poem to next? Let's go with Yuri. Again, let's just go down the line. That was good. I've never seen that scene before. I'm assuming it's either new or I just haven't seen it before.
I see. I think you're improving at writing in general, Lancer. But I can't help but feel a bit foolish.
For what?
Just... I feel like I kept trying to offer advice when it should have been clear to me that you prefer a different writing style. Ooh, someone's jealous. I probably just sounded arrogant. I'm so stupid. Yuri, that's a little... No, you don't understand. You don't understand my feelings at all. I spent so much time worrying about what's better and what's worse. Not just with you. And with Natsuki and Yuri, or Sayori, it's obvious now why nobody has fun when talking to me. Oh, come on. And because of that, I'll just keep my mouth shut about your poem. Yuri bears her head into her arms on her desk. That's not the first time I've seen her doing that. I don't think it's ever as bad as you make it sound in your head. Please, Yuri, don't listen to your head. I think if people... I think if people really didn't like talking to you, then it would be a lot more obvious. I know that you like to read deeply into things, but I think things are just worth taking at face value. I've just gotten used to it. It's hard for me to comprehend any other possibility. Gotten used to what? Reading deeply into things. Being disliked. Yuri. What am I saying? I'm sorry. Whatever, I never meant to bring this up. Yuri turns away from me. You should go. Huh? Please. Please don't look at me right now. I want to do some thinking. Oh. Are you sure? Okay, don't make me feel bad for not picking you at all. Yuri nods. Alright. I leave Yuri be. Comforting or reassuring her is nearly impossible as it is. If you can't comfort Sayori, you're not going to have a chance with this one. So when she wants to be alone, I think anything I say could only make things worse. I feel bad, but thankfully she doesn't take it out on me. I'll wait until she feels a little better. No. Why you gotta go make me feel bad? Hi, Lancer. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Oh, I'd love to make you happy. Anyway, I already read your poem, but you can go ahead and read mine now. The Lady Who Knows Everything. Here we go. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders the earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought, and here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. There's always a bit of truth in legends. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilit sky. Until one day the wind ceases to blow, I fall, and I fall and fall, and fall evermore, gentle as a feather, a dry quill expressionless, but a hand catches me between my thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I'm thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. Yeah, that's the big one. That's the big one right there. I can't explain right now, obviously, but that's the big one. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical, because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Haha, are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans are two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone.
You mean one-dimensional?
Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your poem because you're afraid that it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good, okay, or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it, and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Oh, hold on a sec. Is it just me, or did something sound strange now? Just now. Eh? Something did sound a bit unusual.
So you're okay.
That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase.
Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it.
Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen.
In your books, maybe. In your dreams, Yuri. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here.
It seems you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around.
Where the heck did she run off to, anyway? I thought she just went to pee.
Natsuki, please show some decency.
Oh, come on.
She actually wasn't feeling well, so she went home early.
Is that so? I hope she's alright.
Seriously? Of all times not to go ho with her, you picked the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey.
Natsuki, I thought we just dealt with that. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it.
Oh.
That curious expression coming from Yuri, of all people? Calm down, guys.
I talked to her early and everything's fine.
What did she say? Anyway, we need to start figuring out the rest of the festival preparations, so God.
Let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend.
I already know what I'm doing.
That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we might need a lot of them, in different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki?
Challenge accepted.
And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can, guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless.
Well, in this route, yes, you are.
No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know. Now Natsuki's pouting too.
Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I could tell things are even harder now that she's not around.
That may be the case. But if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So Yuri, you have a beautiful handwriting, don't you? You know. So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that, I love atmosphere.
Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see.
That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Lancer.
Oh, here we go. The one who's truly useless.
Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way if you give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would really be appreciative of that.
Is Monika suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that?
I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help.
Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I can give you. It's not like Monika is going to give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway.
Natsuki tries to mumble on a bunch of excuses like that.
If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Lancer may not like to be around you if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations.
Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making an excuse for Lancer to... What are you saying? It'll be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Geez, what do you think?
Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Lancer to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know. Hold on. Give me a moment. So I'm sure he's interested in... You literally just said, I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying, though.
Jeez. Can we all just settle this already?
Yeah. Lancer, you okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case...
Everyone looks straight at me. But of course, I'm gonna go with... Here we go. There we go. We're taking off. See, here's the thing. I know that picking, in the original game, picking Monika or Sayori was pointless. Because in the end, it comes down to you really only get to choose between Natsuki or Yuri. But this is a new game. I do have to remember that. But I don't know if there's really too much different. My instinct is to go with Natsuki just because we're kind of going with that in this route. You know, tensions are high. I've always wondered, though, what would happen if you go so much with, like, say, because I'm going so much with Natsuki and Sayori. If in this choice you go with Yuri, does it still... I'm pretty sure it still does, but... I'm going to try Monika first. I'm pretty sure this is pointless, though. I guess I should probably be helping Monika.
Yay, you picked me.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Monika, you're the one who needs the least help out of all... Okay, yeah, this is all the same.
But I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but you already have Sayori as well. But it was Lancer who was...
It doesn't matter. You were the one who scared him into picking you in the first place. You're not the club pleasure, the Monika. You're supposed to make responsible decisions for the club.
Monika, you shouldn't let your ulterior motives interfere with this decision. Ulterior motives? What are you saying, Yuri?
In fact, it sounds like you guys are the one with ulterior motives. All of you are.
Excuse me? Otherwise, this wouldn't have been such a big deal in the first place. That is completely false, Monika.
Yeah. We have a lot of work to do, you know. We won't do as good as a job if you make us work alone.
Maybe that's true. Think of the club, Monika. If we want our event to succeed, then we need to appropriately distribute our resources.
So you're going to do the right thing, President?
Okay. I get it. It's technically most logical for Lancer to help one of you two. So, I guess that's what we'll do.
You have a preference? Yeah, Natsuki. Okay, I guess that's the same after all. Well, baking sounds like it could be fun. And you guys make it sound like a lot of work, so it could probably use 2 people.
Don't worry. Baking is a ton of fun. You'll definitely agree.
Huh? Just a minute ago you were saying that...
That's because... Never mind, okay?
Well, anyway. You'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri? Of course. I'm always by myself.
Yeah, I'm used to it after all, yikes.
That's good.
Even though Yuri is being melodramatic, it's a little hard not to feel bad.
So, that's everything, right? Anything else we need to talk about?
No, I think that's it. Are you guys excited?
Yes.
Yeah, now you are.
Everything except the performance is going to be awesome.
I don't think that really counts.
What about you, Lancer?
Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out.
That's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? Yuri?
She's still sulking.
Natsuki starts pouting too.
It's not that big a deal or anything.
Well, it might not be just that. I think that Yuri just might be feeling a little underappreciated in general. Having to come up with something to do for her and then nobody offering to help. Stop making me feel bad, game.
That doesn't mean...
Natsuki glances back and forth between everyone with a worried expression. Look! Natsuki goes over and puts her hand down on Yuri's shoulders.
Yuri, you really are the most talented one here. And you're going to help make the event a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help a lot too, but you're going to make the atmosphere special. That'll really be important for the way that people feel during the performances. So, you need to stop being dumb and give yourself a little more credit. Natsuki releases her hands and turns around to face the other direction.
You didn't really mean that, did you?
Not really, but
Yuri isn't the only one surprised. Monika and I are also taken aback by Natsuki's words. Natsuki, of all people, to be saying such encouraging things. And I begin to understand. Natsuki was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I could tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves.
I'm sorry for being dumb. I'm going to do my best.
There you go. And all of us are going to make it a really great event.
yeah,
Yeah. I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. I guess it's time for us to head out.
okay, but I'm staying here a bit longer. I barely got to do any reading today, so...
Fair enough. There's nothing wrong with that.
In my staying, but everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monika and Yuri out the door as they begin to chat between each other.
Where are you going? We still need to figure out our plans for this weekend. You literally would have gone home and realized you didn't even have a way to contact me.
Oh, yeah, right. I have no idea how that slipped out of my mind.
Geez, good thing I stopped you.
I'm giving you my number, okay? Better not make anything weird, make it weird or anything. Why would I do that? Natsuki gives me her number.
Okay.
I'm coming over on Sunday. I'll bring all the ingredients. Wait, you're coming to my house?
Well, yeah. What's wrong with that?
I mean, I just figured that since I'm the one helping, I'd be going to your house. Yeah, right. Like, I'm gonna let a guy come over to our house. Yeah, like you would let a guy come over to your house. My dad would kill me. Really? That's kind of strict if you ask me.
Yeah, how do you think I feel?
I can't do anything when my dad is home.
Anyway, I just need to complain for a second.
We have each other's numbers now. That's all I needed from you. I guess I'll text you when I'm coming over. Alright, fine by me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna really show you why I love baking so much. Sounds like a plan. So you better look forward to it. Oh, I am. Oh? Didn't you say you were going to give me the dirty work?
Well, I was just saying that...
Not like I could act like that in front of everyone. That I was looking forward to this. Wait, really?
Well, kind of. Just because I never got to bake with someone else before.
That's all it is, so... Alright, I get it. Sorry for overreacting. I did choose the tsundere route. Anyway, I'll be heading out now. See you on Sunday. Never mind. What was that? I can't believe this. Natsuki's gonna be coming over to my house on Sunday. My anxiety shoots through the roof. Even though I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point. There's no telling what might end up happening when we're outside of school. No telling. More than that, she told me that she was looking forward to this. Is this the chance I have to make something special happen between us? Or did something happen? Or is it too early for that? Nah, my boy. You gotta start somewhere. Only time will tell. Until then, I won't be able to take my mind off it. I seriously can't wait. The hormones. Oh, here we go. It's already Sunday. Well, here we go. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. I wonder if she'll act any differently when it's just the two of us. Probably. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We sent each other one after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turned into a conversation. She's almost a different personality on the phone, using tons of emojis and cute language. She also really likes complaining about things, but I kind of saw that one coming. But putting Natsuki aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left the club early that other day. It's like It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monika said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? I decide to visit Sayori before Natsuki comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering myself. We used to play so often that we kind of made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we were family. The house is quiet. Okay, we're going to stop here for now. Getting on the cusp of some sad stuff, so this was this part of Doki Doki Literature Club. Things are really beginning to ramp up. And man, I can't wait to hit the next part of this game, the Act 2. So, thanks for watching this part of Doki Doki Literature Club, my playthrough. Join me next time for Part 4 of Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Till next time, I'm Lancer. Let's keep having fun.